Nathan will open for questions.
Well, we beat a very good basketball team tonight. Villanova, I thought they were well coached. I thought those guys played, with a lot of passion and desire. And they have some terrific players. I was really proud of our guys. When you're facing a guy like Dixon and Poplar, not to mention the rest of their players, I thought our guys did a great job of rising to that challenge. I thought we were competitive all night, just like they were. And I thought our guys just made a few more plays, down the stretch to secure the victory in overtime.
Darius, can you walk through the final sequence of regulation there when you had the step back three-pointer to tie it?
It's crazy because right before I checked the game, me and Coach, we were talking about, I always ask, when the time is winding down, quick two or a three. And, the kid missed the free throw. So we were only down three at the time. He said if I had a great look, take it. I had a great look coming off the screen to step back. It's one of my good shots that I take. So, I took the shot and went in. So after that, we had to get a stop, and we did that.
Ever in your life have you attempted 20 free throws in a game?
I ain't gonna lie, no. I don't think I ever have. Nah. Yeah, there's a lot of free throws.
At your size, how do you draw so many fouls? What do you do to, you drew 13 fouls. What were you doing to frustrate them in that way?
No disrespect to the officials. I just think this was one of the games. It was not as physical as the game I'm normally used to playing. And I feel like a lot of those calls, they may not actually be calls. A lot of refs usually just let you play through that. But it was both teams tonight. We fouled them a lot, which gave them a lot of early buckets in the first half, and we couldn't really get stops like that because they were converting from the free throw line.
Jordan, I think you guys had 4 guys that made at least 3 threes and 5 guys that made at least 2 threes. When the scoring is spread out like that, what does it feel like, and how fun is it to play when just shots are going in from everybody, from everywhere?
Just start out with my coach, Coach Dawkins, and then the DJ just trusting us, uplifting us, giving us the ball, trusting us when we making shots. And it give us a good boost, So it's good when we playing together like that. I think it helps us defensively too. So I just want to give a shout out to my teammates and DJ and Coach Dawkins for trusting themselves and us.
Johnny, how are you feeling at the end of regulation going into overtime? What was the message to the team for those last 5 minutes?
Well, to get the game in overtime, it was a little bit of a relief for us and for me because, down 6, with about 2 minutes to go in that game. And I know how well they closed. They have exceptional shooters. They have some experienced guys that are capable of making plays down the stretch of a game like that. So I knew we had to do a really good job defensively and then convert offensively, and we were able to do that. So when we got to overtime, the only thing I was really thinking about was, well, I think 4 or 5 of my guys all had 4 fouls, so we're going to have enough guys to play if we go to another overtime. So it was mainly just making sure that we were disciplined, try to defend without fouling. And it was a new ball game. We knew whoever won that 5 minutes would be the winner, and we just really concentrated on that.
Darius, to make it to the championship game now, how does it feel, and what do you think this run has been like for you guys so far?
I think this run has been exceptional. From the day the guys got here, we were excited to play. We had a lot of things to play for. A lot of different guys are, looking for something good out of this, and we're converting right now. We're playing for a championship. That's the most important thing right now. I haven't won a championship with Coach Dawkins. It's my senior year, so I feel like that's just the perfect ending right there to finish out. As a Knight. I've been at this school for 4 years, and it's the first time that this tournament is happening. So we're making a historic run right now. This is the first time, so we putting our signature on this tournament.
Johnny, have you looked at all at Nebraska yet?
I haven't had a chance to see Nebraska. I'm looking forward to watching them. I know Coach Hoiberg is a great coach, was a great player as well. So I have a lot of respect for him and what he's done, at every level in basketball. So I do know that, and I'm looking forward to start watching them this evening.
You guys were kind of in a rhythm here of playing every 2 days. Now it's a back-to-back. What changes at all, if anything, in the next 18 hours or so, knowing that it's a much tighter turnaround than the last couple games?
Well, for both teams, I think it's going to be, the mindset of coming out knowing that, hey, this is it. There are no more tomorrows after tomorrow's game. So we need to make sure we come out, and you want to give an amazing effort. You want to give an effort, a winning effort. I think both teams will come out and do that because of the pride that's on the line. You have a chance to play for a championship, and you don't want to have any regrets. So I think both teams will come out and play with great energy.
Jordan, what can you say about the performance of the guy to your right and what he did tonight with 42?
I've seen it plenty of times. It don't shock me. He do it in practice. He do it every day. He's a great player. And I'm just happy we able to play in the championship, and the way he's able to leave for his senior year to a good start.
Coach, it looked like from early on that the fouls were going to be kind of the story of the game, especially with the big men. Was it something about the style of play that Villanova had? I mean, because Benny Williams averaged a foul every 2 minutes.
Well, I think for us, the game is very physical. They have a big team, big experienced guys. So I think, when you have experienced players, they know how they're crafty. They know how to put you in position to foul, and we're crafty. We know how to do the same thing because we have some experienced players. So I think it was a lot of that because, I think that there's exceptional officials here as well. So guys I've known in this business for a long, long time. So you have great officiating, and you have players that are very, really experienced and crafty. And so that I think that's a very difficult game to ref when you have those type of players on the floor, and there were a number of them tonight.
Darius, I have a question for you. You mentioned being a Knight and being for 4 years at UCF. In this day and age where people are constantly moving around in college basketball, what message did you have about developing and staying in one place?
It's so hard to answer that question the way that the game is changing nowadays with the NIL. There was no NIL when I first came into college, but I've known Coach Dawkins all my life. He recruited me coming into college, and he told me right away I was going to have an opportunity to play. It wasn't we're going to come in, develop you, redshirt you. It was you got a chance to play here right away at the point guard position. I came in, I worked my butt off, and I was able to play. He allowed me to play through a lot of mistakes. I don't know if I went anywhere else the coach would allow me to play through. I was able to elevate my game each and every year. If you go look at my statistics, you see that my game is elevated every year under this man right here. I'm so thankful for the opportunity. He doesn't hold anyone back. He lets me play my game. He doesn't limit me, doesn't tell me what shots I can't take, what shots I can take. He just lets me play. If you can do it, you can just flat out do it, and he's not going to hold you back.
Johnny, with everything that goes on over the course of the game and all the things that you have to worry about as a head coach, is it still fun? Can you enjoy watching a guy put on a performance like that?
No, absolutely. I love this game, and I've told our guys, what else would I be doing? I don't have any hobbies. I love this game. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to coach it, and I love our guys. And so, absolutely, I'm going to pour into them, and they pour into us. They realize, they know if you care or if you don't care. So they know I have a staff of guys who really care about them beyond the basketball, and that's what this thing's about. It's just a family, and that's how we approach it. And I know that this day and age, things are changing, but that's never going to change in my mind and my heart how I treat these young men, how we come together and how we work toward a common goal, because I know there's life after this sport, and I want to make sure that we give them life skills to be successful well beyond their playing days here.
All set?
All right, guys, thank you.